Will admitted to me that he had sex with Bryshere Gray, but it was consensual, right?
Will raped me. You know Diddy made me suck his penis. You know what's going on. You know Charlie made me suck. Well, I'm gonna give you a chapter from the book since I owed you something.
Okay.
In the book, in one of the chapters, it talk about mentorship. So I grabbed my husband. I said, listen, I don't know. I didn't know what happened. Nothing. I was just asked to come.
Is this true?
Yeah. No. I'm gonna let you. You about to see if it's true from the paperwork. Oh, we telling something that got paperwork involved.
He's surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love, and all he has to do is add discipline, and he gonna be all.
Oh, you know, who is best to give you advice? And it's Will Smith, and I'm getting so much good advice.
To come out about Will, Jada, and Charlie Mack. It is gonna be unbelievable.
They do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills. Bryshere Gray left that house screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed a dog.
That Jada hates me because I have a strong relationship with Will, and I do my own thing.
Why don't she hate Dwayne?
I can't answer that question.
Why don't she hate Dwayne Martin?
Well, she's gonna love anybody that treats her like she's a god. Right? When you're a narcissist and a sociopath like she is, and I'll get into it.
So this story opens with a serious claim that's catching a lot of attention. A former assistant's brother, Bilal, is accusing Will Smith of pressuring Bryshere Gray into private relationships behind the scenes. People online are now connecting dots and saying this could explain why Bryshere's career spiraled and why his name keeps showing up in uncomfortable headlines. The allegation is that once Will was finished dealing with him, Bryshere was quietly pushed out of the industry and left with no protection. Bilal also claims the situation escalated fast once he started talking publicly. He alleges that Jada Pinkett Smith reacted angrily and that legal threats followed soon after. Now, according to reports, both sides are facing each other in court, and the evidence being discussed has people talking heavy. This isn't just internet chatter anymore. It's turning into a real legal fight with documents, timelines, and testimony being examined closely. Things really blew up when Bilal appeared in a heated interview on Tasha K's platform. He accused Will of behavior he says he personally witnessed involving another actor during a private moment backstage.
Open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having anal sex with Will.
Let me process that for a second.
There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up, killing him. Murder, like murder. It was murder in there.
While the claims are graphic in nature, the core of his story is that powerful people were doing things in secret and expecting silence in return. The way Bilal told it made it clear he wasn't holding anything back, and that's why this situation keeps getting messier by the day. As expected, the things Bilal was saying had people completely stunned, and the interview spread fast across social media. It didn't even take a full day before the clips were everywhere. And within about 9 hours, Jada Pinkett Smith reportedly reacted by threatening legal action against him. She accused Bilal of trying to pressure her and Will Smith for money before the interview ever dropped. And that accusation instantly added more heat to the situation. But instead of backing down, that move only seemed to push Bilal further. He returned to Tasha K's platform for a second interview and went straight at Jada again. This time, daring her to actually file the lawsuit. He made it clear he wasn't intimidated and suggested that if things went legal, he was ready to reveal even more of what he claims to know.
Before we put out the interview, all we put out was a clip that went ultra viral. Okay? Yeah. Everybody in the world got this clip. It was trending for days on Twitter, okay? Before the interview comes out, what shocked me is Jada is doing her book promotional for Worthy.
Yes.
She goes to the Breakfast Club and she sits down and they ask her about you, but they can't not ask. Like, it's so huge.
Right.
And to my surprise, she answered.
Right. And it's nonsense. And this is a person that tried a shakedown, a money shakedown that didn't work. We're gonna take legal action.
The reason Will responded, the reason why Jada responded, because they know it's true. Will's never responded, and they responded in less than 9 hours.
They did. That was a fast response.
That was because he know what I saw in that dressing room. He know other things that I saw. She did all this to try to scare me, but I fear no one but Allah. Jada, listen, in 2 weeks, if you don't sue me in 2 weeks, if Tasha K will have me, I'm back here and I'm dropping evidence. Period. You said I extorted you. You said there's a money shakedown. You said a lot of things about me. And you know that the things that you said were untrue. Let's get into a little bit more of it. Jada runs Will. Period. Me and her at war. I'm gonna put Will to the side. Will is to the side. Me and Jada, I will say this because I know you're watching. I know Karen Tense is watching.
Who's Karen Tense?
That is her PR person for years.
Okay.
Right? I know they're watching. Jada, you're a bald head liar and you're a drug addict, right?
Oh, God.
You told the world that you were going to sue me. As of yet, and you said you're going to do it swift. It's been over 2 weeks. So Jada, I'm giving you 2 more weeks to sue me. If you don't sue me, this is what's going to happen. All the parties, right? And the people, the men that you hit with dildos, I'm naming names, right? All the salacious stuff that you have done and hurt other people, I'm naming names. You assassinate my character. You say I extort you. Well, extortion is criminal. Like, I would be in jail right now if I tried to extort.
A lot of people online are saying they believe him, mainly because it's rare to see someone who was allegedly part of Will's inner circle speak this boldly while legal threats are flying. Usually when someone is bluffing, they go silent fast, but Bilal did the opposite and kept showing up everywhere. He later appeared on another podcast called Make It Make Sense, where he doubled down and escalated his claims even further. During that conversation, he compared Will to other powerful figures who face scrutiny and alleged that Will pulls young men into his orbit by presenting himself as a mentor, a move that Bilal claims is calculated and intentional. According to Bilal, the pattern he's describing is dark and disturbing, and it allegedly keeps repeating. He claims that these men are promised guidance and career growth, but instead their careers stay frozen while powerful figures stay in control. Once those relationships allegedly run their course, Bilal says the men are either pushed toward other executives or pressured into silence using influence and fear. He even claims that Will Smith admitted certain actions to him directly and that there are documents he believes back up those serious accusations, which is a massive claim to put out there.
Long story short, when I'm in Chicago, this guy's acting erratic. Like, I mean, crazy. He's getting stopped by the cops. There's male prostitutes involved. There's mental illness involved. There's drug use involved. And I'm really trying to see what happened to this guy. And one day he said, you know what happened. You know that Will R-worded me, or however y'all kind of say it on YouTube. You know that Diddy assaulted me. And you know Charlie Mack made me suck his private part. Right? And I'm like, whoa. This was a full admittance. And he's going, and I'm like, I didn't know anything. He's in the corner, balled up, snot. So much sweating and pain that blood is coming from his nose, right? And this is me and him in a conversation. And he was like, please don't tell him. Please don't tell him, right? Will admitted to me that he had sex with Bryshere Gray, but it was consensual, right? So I'm like, okay, so now it's starting to make sense, because nothing, I would have never believed that the way this guy's acting, something had to happen. So now, Will told me, and this is going to be in paperwork and everything, right? So when Will told me that he did have sexual intercourse with Bryshere, he said Bryshere did ask him to stop. Will said he completed the act, then stopped. Right then and there, when a person says stop, that means stop. Period. So I do believe that Will Smith assaulted Bryshere Gray. Charlie Mack and Will gets a lawyer for Bryshere, and they try to get me under NDA. I tell Will, I'm not signing. I don't even have an NDA with you. How am I getting an NDA with him? You understand what I'm saying? So I hire a lawyer, right? Mm-hmm. When I hire the lawyer, he comes back and say, listen, this is the best I can do. He said, I'm going to have y'all do a mutual NDA, meaning that Bryshere can't tell people that you know that Will and Diddy actually assaulted him. And I want to say the R word, but I know we're on YouTube. Then you can't say nothing about him. So I said, okay, well, as long as he stopped telling people that I know what Will and Diddy did to him. You understand what I'm saying? Period. That was the problem. So there's legal paperwork, and it's all going to be, and you got to follow this case. All that's coming out in court.
Since Bilal keeps bringing up mentorship being used as a trap, attention keeps circling back to Bryshere Gray. For years now, rumors have floated around that Bryshere was caught in a similar situation, not just involving Will, but also Sean Combs. None of this has been proven in court, but the speculation has stayed alive because of how Bryshere's career unfolded afterward. What really made people uncomfortable is Bilal's claim that Bryshere's mother, Andrea, allegedly knew more than she let on. The story being told is that during Bryshere's Empire era, his former manager Charlie Mack supposedly received approval from Andrea for Bryshere to be mentored by Will and Diddy. At the time, Bryshere was chasing both acting and music, so being connected to two industry giants sounded like the perfect setup to level up. Back then, Bryshere openly spoke in interviews about how grateful he was for the guidance. He genuinely believed those connections would take him further. But according to the narrative being pushed now, once those relationships ended, his life spiraled fast, leading to public struggles, addiction issues, and shocking online behavior that left fans confused and concerned. For pocket change and online jokes, Bryshere would have laughed and kept it moving back then.
He's with my man Charlie Mack, so Charlie was with me every step of the way. First out the limo, so Charlie has been with me, 30 years coming up in the business. So, he's surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love, and all he has to do is add discipline, and he's gonna be all right.
It's like Uncle Will, who is best to give you advice, and it's Will Smith, and I'm getting so much good advice. I got my first acting role, Empire, and it's changing my life, and it's like I'm listening from the greatest, and it's like making me well prepared.
But according to Jaguar Wright, the very last thing Will Smith was offering Bryshere was real mentorship. She's been clear that what was happening behind the scenes had nothing to do with guidance or protection, despite how it was framed publicly. And remember how Bryshere's life seemed to fall apart right after those industry connections ended? One major example people point to is a 2022 incident where he was arrested and later found guilty of aggravated assault involving an adult partner. That situation shocked a lot of fans, but it wasn't even his first serious legal issue. Back in 2020, his wife at the time reportedly ran to a nearby gas station asking strangers for help, which is how police got involved. Most people didn't even know Bryshere was married until that incident made headlines. She told officers that he had attacked her, and when police arrived at his home, Bryshere reportedly refused to come outside. The situation escalated into a long standoff that required a SWAT team and hours of negotiation before he finally surrendered. When his mugshots were released, the internet couldn't believe how different he looked from his Empire days. Fans were genuinely worried and confused by how fast everything had gone downhill.
Bryshere Gray, one of the stars of the hit show Empire. Tonight we're seeing hours of new video from his July arrest that ended with his wife flagging down police and telling them the actor had assaulted her for hours inside their Goodyear home. The bizarre jailhouse interview lasting for 2 hours as they try to piece together a chaotic chain of events.
And just when things couldn't look any messier, Jaguar Wright stepped back in with more claims. She alleged that both Sean Combs and Will played roles in what Bryshere went through, and she doubled down on the accusation that his mother, Andrea Mayberry, allegedly knew more than she admitted, which is why his former manager, Charlie Mack, was able to make those connections in the first place.
Yeah, I'm talking about Bryshere's mom. I'ma kick you in your pussy, and then I'ma go to work North Philly style. Fuck you. And Charlie, you happy now? He's a gay star. Are you happy now, Andy? For a book that didn't sell? I hope that new husband of yours leaves you. And maybe it's time you tell your son why his father is really in jail, his biological father, for all of his life and what you had to do with it. You can CI that came to me and begged me for my help. I told her to get the away from Charlie. I did everything that I could do to get Bryshere, to help her get Bryshere out of California into Chicago State to be ready for filming. She knew she knew what Will did to him. But because of Charlie, see, And Charlie had promised her all kinds of things. And all she had to do was pretend to be a broken down single mom who worked her way up through the ghetto and raised a superstar for television, when the truth is she wasn't nothing but a drug dealer's whore. That's all she ever was. She went from dealer to dealer, and then she snitched on whoever she needed to snitch on until she could get to the bigger bag, until she got with Larry Lair, my friend who raised Bryshere in $1 million home. Your whole book is lies, Andy. And I hope anybody that bought it asks for a refund and demands it comes out of your pocket every time they see your son's gay.
Jaguar Wright didn't stop there. She claimed that after Cassie filed her lawsuit, Bryshere Gray was quietly speaking with attorneys about possibly taking legal action against Will Smith and Sean Combs as well. According to her, those talks allegedly cooled off after serious pressure was applied, and she suggested that Bryshere felt unsafe moving forward, which is a heavy accusation all by itself. Jaguar also made a shocking claim about an alleged private recording involving several high-profile names, including Justin Bieber and others, saying she had personally seen it. She didn't provide proof publicly, but the statement alone sent social media into chaos because of how explosive it sounded.
They trying to slug him out so he'll feel too embarrassed to file his lawsuit against Diddy for what Will and Diddy did to him. With Jaden and Justin present, that tape exists.
Okay.
I really hope none of that baby oil was used on those kids. That would just be in bad taste. Baby oil on babies.
You can't say that the flavor camp was sponsored by Johnson & Johnson. You just come on. Come on.
Starting to sound that way, ain't it?
No.
All that talent, and she let Charlie tune that boy up on coke, knowing that he was bipolar and had ADHD. What kind of mother would do that to her son? Turn him into a prostitute so you could pretend to be something more than what you are, which is nothing more than a filly whore. You're a whore. You're a big old whore, and they're making your son out to be, that's for sure. Because he didn't have no choice. You was down by all. I'm sorry. The Bryshere conversation for me is not easy. Because I came to Bilal and I asked Bilal to help me save the kids, and all he was worried about was his fucking book.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Don't nobody care about these kids. Don't nobody care about these kids.
When it comes to the lawsuit rumors, some online believe she was referring to a reported $50 million case that Bryshere was supposedly exploring behind the scenes. A blind item even hinted that a male victim connected to an A-list mogul could be preparing to step forward, which only added more fuel to the speculation. Bilal also doubled down on his own claims, saying Bryshere confided in him about alleged misconduct involving powerful figures. These are serious allegations, and none of the accused have admitted to any wrongdoing, but the accusations continue to circulate loudly. Jaguar then made another claim involving Jaden Smith, alleging that he left home as a teenager because of tension inside the household. She said most of what she knows came directly from Bilal, which is why she stands firm on her version of events. And yes, Bilal didn't stop after that first interview. He went right back on Tasha K's platform, but this time his focus shifted straight to Jada Pinkett Smith. He accused her of knowing what was allegedly happening and doing nothing to stop it, putting her on blast for what he described as turning a blind eye while everything unfolded around her. Not long after that appearance, Bilal filed a $3 million lawsuit against Jada. In the filing, he claims she threatened his safety after he refused to stay quiet. According to the lawsuit, an incident allegedly took place in September 2021 at the Regency Calabasas Commons, where Bilal says Jada confronted him and warned him to stop speaking about her private matters. He claims the message was meant to scare him into silence. The lawsuit further alleges that Jada pressured him to sign a non-disclosure agreement, and that when he refused, the situation escalated.
Hold them down, because he was like, Charlie Mack is not going to be able to be there, because him and Charlie had something else going on. I arrived in Chicago for Empire. It's a damn mess. It's no other way to put it. This dude is going crazy. It's no secret in Hollywood that Jada hates me because I have a strong relationship with Will, and I do my own thing.
Why don't she hate Dwayne?
I can't answer that question.
Why don't she hate Dwayne Martin?
Well, she's gonna love anybody that treats her like she's a god. Right? When you're a narcissist and a sociopath like she is, and I'll get into that, you want to be worshipped.
Bilal claims she followed him while continuing to issue verbal threats, leaving him shaken and fearful. He also alleges that afterward, people connected to both Will Smith and Jada began sending intimidating messages, which only added to his concern. Naturally, the public had a lot to say. One commenter referenced Jaguar Wright's claims, saying she once alleged that young men would leave the Smith household in distress, and that even relatives avoided visiting. Another person pointed to Bilal's emotional descriptions of Bryshere, saying the fear in those moments made the story feel unsettling and hard to ignore. And honestly, when you really sit with it, it's no wonder Bryshere Gray crashed out the way he did. If these stories are even partly true, he was moving through the industry with nobody he could truly trust.
You knew that your husband was doing things to boys and did stuff to your son, and you ain't do shit about it. Bilal told me everything.
Their good friend who
Bilal told me, Jada, he told me that you knew Will was f***ing your child. Yes, he did. Wonder why he left that out of his Tasha K interview.
Yeah, in that interview, he said a lot. He said a lot.
He said everything but the thing that was important. That he know that Will Smith, Jaden, he raped Bryshere and he raped Meek Mill.
And that kind of isolation can break anyone. But now it's your turn to speak. Do you believe Will Smith crossed serious lines with or do you think this whole situation has been blown out of proportion? And do you think Bryshere will ever step forward and give his full side of the story once and for all? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this video, and tap in with the channel so you don't miss what's next. And don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video, because this rabbit hole goes even deeper. See you in the next one.